Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Leap Forward with Riesterer Schnell. I'm Todd Vogel, product specialist for the company, specializing in our commercial hay and forage products. And today with me, I've got Marty Wilford.
Hi, we're going to talk about some round balers. I get to help Todd out a little bit on the round baler and traditional haymarket equipment. So
What is your role at the dealership, Marty?
I'm regional sales manager, but spent the first decade and a half of my career working with a lot of hay equipment, selling round balers and Mocos. So really got a little passion for this product line.
Yeah, and that he does, folks. Nobody more passionate than our small hay and forage tools and Marty here. And today, Marty's going to help educate us on this new round baler that John Deere released. What do we got here, Marty?
So this is a V452M, and it's going to be really a further dive for us into the high density baler market. We've got V452 and a V452R and a V462R. Higher speed balers, really very performance oriented baler. This M is going to get us into a baler that's just a little more affordable for guys that aren't doing custom baling or thousands and thousands of bales a year. So very excited to have this baler in the portfolio. We've got moving into continuous belts on it, and really lets us get a high density bale, and we can bale a lot wetter product, a lot higher moisture crop than we're able to with
How do those belts help us achieve that higher density?
we're able to put a little more pressure on the belts, being we don't have we've had really good success in our regular baler line with spliced belts, and they're serviceability wise they're very easy to change, but there are some limitations to that as far as how much pressure we can put on those. So we actually are able to, through time, if we would need to down the road with one of these balers, able to splice a couple of the belts on them, to keep going and not have to take all the time to replace, an endless belt. We can splice a belt and get going again. But definitely lets us put a little more pressure on to get a tighter bale.
Where are some of those areas, or, in what practices are the customers looking for those higher density bales?
It seems, my experience so far has been a lot of silage crops. So we're looking to make a little higher density bale, but also we've got guys looking to make a denser straw bale or a denser dry hay bale. Save space, so if we can get more product condensed into the same size bale and have a heavier bale, sometimes we can get more bales, or more weight on a truck. Maybe the same number of bales, but we can actually load out a semi truck to full weight and maximize how much hay we're moving in a load.
Yeah. So basically, it seems like, some of those beef guys or dairy guys where they're wrapping bales and kind of looking for that baleage and wrapping them. This is really the right fit for those operations.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're able to wrap a little tighter in those silage bales and try to get displace more of the air and oxygen, and just get a better quality fermentation.
Yeah. Good. Let's kind of go up to the front of this thing. Can you explain the pickup on here a little bit, and how's this pickup compare in the industry out there?
This pickup's an animal. My experience with these, very, very hard to plug. Heather will get some shots later of the auger system in here, but we can use the full pickup, and it's got a large auger behind the teeth that, I feel like you almost have to work to plug these. I won't say it's impossible, but we can cut in and out of windrows with them, and they generally won't plug, just keep eating crop. The bit we've had, one of these that we've got set up as a demo baler this year, had a chance to get 40-50 bales through it so far, and very, very impressed with the capacity of it. How easy it is to make a nice tight bale with it, and just a very smooth run baler.
Then I'm not 100% familiar on this, but on the round baler market, basically, the way our rotor and auger is in there, it's a solid shaft design system, and some of those out there are two-piece auger and rotor feeds into the baler. Is that correct on that?
Correct. Yeah. Some balers have short augers that come in on the side and just feed into the center rotor. You know, we've got the augers and the rotor incorporated into one shaft, so it's very smooth. It brings it in. The crop flow is very good. There's not a transition period there to jam and plug stuff up.
Yeah. And then if we do run into that case where something would plug up in there, we've got an easy way to unplug that on these, don't we?
Yeah, you bet we do, Todd. We have a drop floor, and you know, to go along with that, we've got the hydraulics all tied in, so we can run this baler with two SCVs, so one for our gate, of course, and then the one that would pick our pickup up and down. We can just divert that oil, drop the floor, or, you know, power the knives in and out hydraulically, so we can engage our knives, disengage our knives from the cab with the push of a button and cycle of the SCV. This particular one, we're able to get these either where all the knives go in together, you know, a set of 14 knives, or we can do, you know, half in at a time, you know, engage half the bank or the full bank.
Yeah.
With a different option.
So we could basically go no knives, full knives, or a half set of knives, and we can use either half at that point, so we can keep the wear kind of split between them.
This particular baler setup, we can do it all from the cab, engage a full set or a half set, and, you know, we could vary that, put blanks in, maybe not cut the outer edges to keep the bale together better. Or the demo baler we've got running actually has just the base option where we're engaging either the full set, you know, all together, all out, and then from there we can just, you know, select which knives we want then.
Yeah. So in reality then, with those features on here, these growers and customers, they can really fine tune the particle size coming out of these bales, and depending on how they're going to be feeding out that bale, or depending on how they're using it for bedding or whatnot.
And we're not cutting it so short that I'd call it particles, but we can definitely, you know, size the very, very how we size the material.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. What about the wrap on this baler? What are we using for our wrapping system?
Net wrap on here, Todd. So we've got our net wrap right in the back here, where it's really easy to change the rolls. It does carry, you know, put one roll in that we're using, and we can carry a spare roll with us right above it. Of course, we recommend, you know, John Deere's got phenomenal net wrap, and we can either use the cover edge or the edge to edge wrap, but definitely other wrap we're working at as well.
Yeah. Do you see any scenarios where guys prefer cover edge versus non-cover edge wrap, or?
I'd say dry hay bales that guys are storing outside where they want the water to shed around the edges. Cover edge works really nice to kind of wrap those corners.
Yeah.
Where sometimes where people are line wrapping or wrapping bales, they like from edge to edge because it's just easier to cut that net wrap off when they're going to feet.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, we talked about a lot of nice mechanical features on this baler. Is there any sort of technology that we've got incorporated into this?
Yeah, this particular baler, you know, it comes standard with gate automation, which is going to be, we need to have a tractor with electronic SCVs where we plug the baler in, and when the baler, you know, when it's got a full-size bale and the bale wraps, then it can tell the tractor, hey, it's time to eject the bale, and the tractor will actually actuate the hydraulics, open the gate up, drop the bale. It senses that the bale is cleared, drops the gate back down, cycles down, and tells us it's ready to go. With that, it's capable of, you know, speed automation to where on a John Deere tractor with an IVT transmission, it'll actually stop the tractor when it's time to eject the bale. You know, so it'll stop the tractor, eject the bale automatically, close the gate, and we just need to give it an operator input, like, you know, touching the foot throttle would do it, and it'll take back off, and we're baling again.
Yeah. Perfect. That sounds like some real nice technology built in to help make sure that we're getting consistent and uniform bales out there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing that we haven't had on this model, and I don't know, we do have a 461 around this year with weave automation, where we're actually able to automate the hitch on the baler, and steer the baler to fill the chamber. So I don't have that on this model, but we do have that technology out there as well, Todd.
Yeah.
So you can get you in the seat and just run right down
I'll
the
be a
window,
baler
and the
master
baler
in
will
no
fill
time.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Good. A lot of good stuff on this baler here. It's exciting to hear, and we're excited to get into that high density round baler market as well.
Yeah.
How's the maintenance on this baler?
Maintenance as far as these come standard with a chain luber, Todd, and we can order them with a greaser, an auto greaser. So this one does have the auto greaser option, and it's got the standard chain luber. So day-to-day maintenance, there's still a couple of grease circs that we can't run grease lines to, but yeah, very easy to maintain.
Good. How about chain tensioners, and as far as knowing if everything's tensioned properly?
So kind of a small thing. John Deere actually they've kind of got them cut to length and marked with plates that run along the springs, and it says how many millimeters of tension, how long that spring should be when it's tensioned properly. And
You have to measure it then, or do you just line it up with that?
You'll be able to line it right up with that plate. So yeah, it's just a very nice visual reference to, hey, is there enough tension? Is that adjusted properly?
Nice. So a lot of your main maintenance is being taken care of with the chain lubers, the auto greaser, and
yeah,
easy to do a quick daily glance and make sure things are tensioned properly.
Yeah, it seems like thankfully they keep working to make stuff a little easier and simpler.
Perfect. That was a lot of good information. Well, we're really excited to have this baler coming to the market for us. Later on this summer, Riesterer Schnell is going to be doing a field hay day, and if that's something you're interested in and seeing these round balers run, mocos run, that type of stuff, contact your local store for more information on that. But other than that, Marty, we really appreciate your time and your insights on going through this baler.
Thanks for letting me talk about balers, Todd. It was nice.
Anytime.
We're your John Deere dealer coming through for you, Riesterer and Schnell.